Shalom, shalom, shalom. This is your Akazaki Yahoo, and I start this broadcast as I would start any broadcast by first of all giving all praise, honor, and great esteem unto the Most High Power of Yahuwah, Bahashem Yahushua Hamashiach, and to the 12 tribes of Israel who are scattered to the four quarters of the earth. I say Shalom, Wabarukin. That is peace and blessings. And I cannot wait to the day that the Most High brings us back together, and we are once again 12 tribes, one family, one nation under the Most High power, under one covenant. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
I'm joined this evening by my most esteemed Akinanaya. Shalom, Aki.
Hey, shalom, shalom, Maki. Shalom, shalom, Yasharal. All praises to the Most High for getting us through the week and allowing us to get back into His Word. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Another wonderful week completed and another chance for us to definitely get back into uh, the book of uh, b- uh, b- b-
Dibre,
Dibre.
Dibre, Hayamim, Aleph.
Hayamim Aleph. Hallelujah. Dibre Hayamim Aleph. The first book of Chronicles. As we are almost at the end, today we'll be going through chapter 21 through 25. And it's been pretty much a recap of these previous chapters of condensing what all we've read. And so we'll continue that trend with chapter 21. The headline reads, Census brings pestilence. So if you remember this from the Second Samuel, it also gives the reference to where it came from, Second Samuel 24, um, where Dawid, uh, the evil spirit came upon him and he did what he shouldn't have done. So let's get into it here. Uh, verse 1. It says, And Satan stood up against Israel and provoked Dawid to number Israel. And Dawid said unto Joab and the rulers of the people, Go, number Israel from Beersheba even to Dan, and bring the number unto me, that I may know it. And Joab answered, Yahuwah make his people 100 times so many more as they be. But my master, the king, are they not my master's servants? Why then do my master require this thing? What will be the cause of this trespass to Israel? So Joab is actually calling Dawid out on this one, like, man, what you doing?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you know you're going off on this, right? You know what I'm
Con,
saying?
it's
So,
not the typical yes man,
right, exactly,
And what
exactly.
we also, what I have to remember is that Joab is not just his general, but
Hmm.
this is also family.
Exactly, exactly. Which we all are family. You know what I'm saying? And
Mm-hmm.
yeah, this is his sister's, or his was it his sister's son?
Yeah, Khan
Yeah,
indeed. His
yeah,
sister's
yeah.
boy.
All right, kind. So yeah, this is nephew. So they do definitely have a great rapport. Verse 4. Nevertheless, the king's word prevailed against Joab. Wherefore Joab departed and went through all of Israel and came to Jerusalem. And Joab gave them some of the number of the people unto Dawid, and all they of Israel were 1,000, 1,000,000, and 100,000 men that drew the sword. And Yehuda was 400, threescore, 10,000 men that drew the sword.
You know, did we ever figure out what that a thousand was?
That's that threw me off even just reading that right there. A thousand, thousand. Uh,
Is that a million?
that's yeah. I think a thousand, thousand, a thousand times. Yeah, I think
That's a million, ain't it? Yeah.
that's a million. Yeah, yeah, that's definitely a million. A thousand, thousand. Yeah, yeah. 'Cause look, I had it in my mind. $1,000 1,000 times is a million.
Right.
Yeah. So, um, but yeah, yeah, that's a million right there. And then 100,000, a million, 100,000 men that drew the sword, and Yehuda was 400. hundred, three score, 10,000 men that drew the sword. So that's 420, 40, 60. 60 plus 10,000, that's 70,000. Hundreds and 470,000 men that drew the sword in Yehuda.
And these are just men that are able to go to war, you
That's what
know,
they count.
and you think about the highest demographic of society in any culture is, for the most part, it's usually always children under the age of 18. Um, so it's even more of them, even
Yeah.
more children, even more women.
Yep.
So, you're talking about millions
Yeah.
of Israelites at this time, and it's millions of us now, but
Right.
most of us are unaware of who we are.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. These people knew, and you had some that lived for evil. As we remember, as you can recall, when we were reading about the Levite, when he went into the land of Benjamin, and it says some of the sons of evil came, talking about bring that man who came to so that we may know him, like it
Mm-hmm.
basically reenacted Solomon and Gomorrah. Like,
And
what kind
come,
of
come.
foolishness is this? Yeah, but that what stood out to me, and that was that they called them the son of evil. Like,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, because they was doing this is some major evil they was doing. This wasn't no, lightweight thing that they was just like we want to be with that man. Like, what kind
And
of
come.
foolishness is this?
Wickedness.
Crazy. Like, man, them fellas should have been put down. Which they end up getting it, because the whole the rest of the 11 tribes came against them and took them
Mm-hmm.
down to almost extinction.
Almost,
So
yeah, almost cut Benjamin off.
yeah, absolutely. So let's continue verse 6 here. Uh, but Levi and Benjamin counted he not among them, for the king's word was abominable to Moab, to Joab. Hmm. And the Most High was displeased with this thing. Therefore he smote Israel. And Dawid said unto the Most High, I have sinned greatly, because I have done this thing. But now I beg you, beseech you, do away with my iniquity. Slaki, do away with the iniquity of your servant, for I have done a very foolishly. And Yahuwah spake unto Gad, Dawid's seer, saying, see, it calls him a seer there. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
there's another place where it says the seers before, or the prophets before were known as seers.
Mm-hmm. I want to say that's in the Shaul's writings. I want to say.
Okay, kind. So it's ironic that it's calling him a seer at this point because Dawid had prophets around him, and Gad was one of them. But
Mm-hmm.
nevertheless, verse 10: Go and tell Dawid, saying, Thus saith Yahuwah, I offer you three things. Choose one of them, that I may do unto you. So Gad came to Dawid and said unto him, Thus saith Yahuwah, choose one. Now, I wouldn't dare poke the bear. I wouldn't dare do it. I mean, I'm not. I'm using that as an analogy because I wouldn't want to anger the Most High any further. I wouldn't want to anger His representative any further. Uh, but I wonder if he would have said, "Can we do something else?" What would he have? What would
Right,
have?
come.
What would have happened? You know what I'm saying? But I don't know. He's already mad. So uh, I think if anybody could have said that, it would have been him. But uh, yeah, I don't know. I don't know. That would have been interesting. Verse 12.
But
Uh-huh.
I was thinking about something else.
What's that?
What was it that Israel had done to warrant him
His name
using her
is
Hasatan
Mhm.
to punish us? You remember? I can't
Yeah,
remember.
it was in we can go back to Samuel here. What we say, Samuel chapter second Samuel 24. So we'll skip over there in this on this other tab here. Let's go to that real quick. Second Samuel.
I mean, it's written twice, so
Hmm.
you know what
Yeah,
I mean. We gotta remember it.
yeah. It look. It just goes here to 24, and again the anger of Yahuwah was kindled against Israel, and he moved Dawid against them to go and number Israel and Yehuda. So that's where it, that's where it begins. They was obviously they must have been going off, and you know the thing that'll get you in trouble, get us in trouble with the Most High is
It's
idolatry.
idolatry.
Yeah, so
Yep.
that was probably the thing that they was, you know what I'm saying, messing around with. I'm just looking at the end of 24 to see if we missing anything there. Uh, yeah, but it was Israel. It wasn't Dawid. Uh, so they must have been doing something they had no business. We must have been, I should say. I'm saying they
Hmm.
was like, yeah. Let me see. Join the pitch. And notwithstanding the word prevailed and passed over and had gone through the land. Yeah, this was just what we was reading in Chronicles. And burnt offerings when he treated the land and the plague stayed from Israel. Yeah, so I'm thinking we're gonna get more into that, but it didn't say exactly. I don't believe, unless we've read it and I can't recall it. But we'll see. Maybe it'll give us more details as we continue here. Verse 12. So these are the options that he gave them. These three options: either 3 years of famine, or 3 months of being destroyed before your foes, or uh, while the sword of your enemy overtake you, or either 3 days of the sword of Yahuwah, even the pestilence of the land, and the Malachim of Yahuwah destroying without all the coasts of Israel. Now, therefore, advise you, uh, what shall, what words shall I bring uh, again to him that sent me? Um, Man, that is hard.
All
You know what I'm
right.
saying? Like,
My God.
okay, so either 3 years of famine, that don't sound appealing at all, or 3 months of being destroyed before your foes, while the sword of your enemies overtake you. 3 months of getting it from my foes and the sword of my enemy whooping us, or else 3 days of the sword of Yahuwah, even the pestilence in the land. And I mean, you got to go with 3 days compared to 3 years or 3 months. You know what I'm saying? 3 years, 3 months, or 3 days.
And you're right. I like these are stiff penalties.
Consequences, yeah.
You know what I mean? These
Right,
are, and here's the thing. I'm thinking more about what we know about what was done.
right.
We read that the Most High's anger is kindled against us, so he moves Hasatan to move Dawid to number the people. So, like, whatever was done, was it something? Whatever his anger upon us, was it something that he could not go
Punish us
ahead
for?
and punish for us? Yeah,
That's a
exactly.
good question, Doc. That's a good question because and I okay, so that kind of takes idolatry away, because idolatry, of course,
Right.
we get captivity. So
Exactly. Moved off the land or something.
yeah, so it's got to be something else. So maybe they just wasn't, maybe we wasn't loving each
Worshiping
other like we
or
should have been. Yeah.
man, and maybe, we read of a lot of bloodshed that was
Hmm.
going on. It
Hmm.
was
Yeah.
almost like a way of life, you
Yeah.
know?
Up until this point, yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's ironic that he doesn't tell us, because this is something that we really should know. We really should be like, you know what? Let's not do this again. Let's not go here again.
It can indeed.
You know what I'm saying? And yeah, but this is hard. Like, can we do something else? About 3 hours? You got a 3 hour plan?
Mm-hmm.
Anything, please.
Yeah.
Can I appeal? Can I can we write something down, or can we do something different, please? Is there any other options? I mean, this is pretty bad. 3 years, 3 months, or 3 days. Uh, you got to go with 3 days. I mean, who want three
Okay.
months over 3 days? Like, you gonna be sick for 3 months or sick for 3 days? I'll take the 3 days. But
Mm-hmm.
am I gonna live through the 3 days? Am I gonna
Yeah,
live?
and that ain't no joke neither, man. I've been
Uh,
sick 3 days with the flu and
yeah,
felt like I was dying, man.
exactly, exactly. Well, imagine 3 years. You know what
Oh
I'm saying,
man.
of anything,
Okay.
and what would that have meant to the legacy of King David if he would have chose the famine? And Israel went through a famine for 3 years, like the
Yeah.
whole the whole nation. 3 years of famine under David, or 3 months of being destroyed before you. David was whooping everybody. That's
Right.
what we've been talking about the whole time we was reading his exploits. You get lifted up until you get to this thing, and then of course Bathsheba. But you know, 3 days. So yeah, 3 days definitely would seem like the way to go. I think that's what I would have chosen as well. If we couldn't, like, is there any other option? Did he leave something out? Did he not tell you? Is there one of you holding back? Is there one that he didn't tell me? There's another option, please, because that's
Hey, right.
you know
Oh,
what I'm saying.
God.
Please tell me there's another option too. Like, you want me to go back and tell him that, or you want me to tell him what you? All right, let's go to 3 days. Yeah, 3 days. Whew. Verse 13. And Dawid said unto Gad, I am in a great strait. Let me fall now into the hand of Yahuwah, for very great are his mercies, and let me not fall into the hand of man. You know, I honestly feel like that famine, that's 3 years.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you gonna lose. It's a no win situation. You gonna lose. But 3 days to get it over with. But I'm wondering though, 3 years of famine. Like, is this gonna be like? Does it start today, or does it start? Do I got a week? Do I got a month?
Right.
Do I got
Well, is there any prep time?
Yeah, can we do like they did in Mizraim? Can
Right,
we
exactly.
store up some stuff for now? Can we start in 3 years? Give me 3 years to something. Let's do that. That kind of sounds more appealing than 3 years of I don't know. I don't know. You kind of think about that though. 3 years, like how long before the famine start? Is it just gonna pop out of nowhere, or because now that I think about it, I think that would probably be the least, uh, especially if you can prepare for it. Of like, okay, in 3 years, I'm gonna give you 3 years of famine. Like, oh, in 3 years, so I got 3 years to prepare. Yeah, I can see that one. I can see that one. So, okay, verse 13, verse 14, Slaki. But yeah, like he said in 13, that we said it to Gad, I am in great straits. Whew, like this is bad. This is real bad. Well, we made him angry. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
verse 14. So Yahuwah sent pestilence upon Israel, and there fell of Israel 70,000 men. 70,000 men of one nation. And the Most High sent a Malachim unto Jerusalem to destroy it. Salakia sent a Malach unto Jerusalem to destroy it. And as he destroyed, the Most High beheld and repented him of the evil, and said to the messenger that destroyed it, it is enough. Stay now your hand. And the messenger of Yahuwah stood by the threshing floor of Ornan, and the Jebusite. So the reason I was reading that like that is because I was trying to get a understanding here. It says, and this God, that is that's yeah, that's Elohim. So, hmm, I'm not 100% how this worked here, but when I read this, the Most High said, or or this could be a representative of the Most High here.
Mm-hmm.
He sent another representative to Jerusalem to destroy it, and as he was destroying, this represented the Most High. That could be the Most High or the Messiah, either one. Beheld and repented him of the evil, and said to the messenger that was sent, "Whoa, it is enough." He's basically saying, "Whoa, that's good. That's enough. Back off." And the messenger of the Most High stood by the threshing floor holding the Jebusite. So,
You know, I like the way you broke that down. Um, and here's the way that you broke it down. Here's what I'm thinking now.
mhm,
Just knowing what I know about Mashiach.
mhm,
Um, so here's the thing. Like we know that he's abundant in mercy and he's full of compassion, right?
mhm,
But
mhm,
we also know from studying that he's also a man of war and about that sword.
mhm.
But in this sequence here, I feel like it is him that is calling back this angel.
Yeah, I was thinking that. I was thinking that, and it's just not. I'm just not 1,000% certain. Was it
Mm-hmm.
because here's the thing. Here's the thing about it. So it says the Elohim sent an angel. So we got two right here, two. So could he have sent himself, or could he have sent? So could this be Messiah here that sent this one, or what I'm saying, could this be Messiah here that sent a different messenger here and who did the destroying? So he could be either one of these,
Mm-hmm.
or he could be this one. You know what I'm saying? So he could be
Okay.
representing the Most High. Uh, saying back off. That's enough. You know what I'm saying? So it's hard to to put it in, and he probably did it like that on purpose, uh, because we didn't need to know that exactly. But in reading this, it's like he could be either one of these. You know what I'm saying? Like he could literally be the one that was sent. He could be the one uh, that sent them. I almost feel like he could be both of those. He could be
Mm-hmm.
like he like I'm gonna do it myself. So that could be him saying, "I'm gonna go down there," and so this could be literally the Most High from the throne. Like, oh, that's enough. Like that's too much. That's enough.
Yeah, come.
You know. So I don't know. It's not put in a place. It's not put in a way that we meant to really understand that. And my understanding now, if somebody else has a different or better understanding, then I'd be interested in seeing it, especially if you can show exactly how you came to it. Which one was who in this situation. But let's continue. Yeah, it could very well be he could be either one of those, or he could be. Uh, I definitely know he's in there. I feel like he's in there. I should say. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
is he the one that sent the messenger? Is he the actual messenger doing the destruction, or is he the one saying that's enough? Which one? I don't know. So, verse 16. And Dawid lifted up his eyes and saw the messenger of Yahuwah standing between the earth and Shamaim, having, check this out, having a drawn sword in his hand, stretched out over Jerusalem. Where have we seen that before?
With Yashu Ben
With
Nun.
Joshua. Yes, indeed. He had his sword drawn in his hand. That was Hamashiach. So is this him? So that's what I'm saying. Like, this could very
Mm-hmm.
well. So he could have been the one actually doing the destruction. So he could have sent himself that to do it. So it could have literally been the Most High saying, "Hey, that's enough." You know what I'm saying? Come back, stay your hand. Then Dawid said unto the elders of Israel, who were clothed with in sackcloth, and fell on their faces. So he's like, look, we nothing. Like they didn't put sackcloth on, and they trying to show their repentant selves there, uh, because they know this is about to get bad. Well, about to get this thing got bad. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
soon as he realized what he had done, I'm sure they all was like, sackcloth, dirt, put the dirt on your head. We nothing. Uh, you know, we nothing. So, verse 17, and Dawid said unto the Most High, it is not that I commanded the people to be numbered. So, and that's what I'm saying. Like, who else could do that? Who else can say, man, it's on me? Why am I? Why are these people? Why them? When it's on me, you gonna leave me standing, but you destroy 70,000 of these mine? Oh, not mine, but yours. I mean, yes, you could do that. Let's continue here. Even I, it is that I have sinned and done evil indeed. But as for these sheep, what have they done? Let your hand, I pray you, O Yahuwah, my power, be upon me and on my father's house, but not on your people, for they should be plagued. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, man, that's deep. That's deep. I mean, to offer yourself and your father's house, that's deep. That's deep. So let's
Come.
continue. Dawid's altar, verse 18. Then the messenger of Yahuwah uh, commanded Gad and said to Dawid, and Dawid should go up and set up an altar unto Yahuwah in the threshing floor of Onan the Jebusite. And Dawid went up at the saying of Gad, which he spoke in the name of Yahuwah. And, and Onan turned back and saw the messenger, and his 4 sons with him hid themselves, and Onan was threshing wheat. Now Onan was threshing wheat. So he looked back and saw, so his 4 sons was like, oh, who is that?
Mm-hmm.
This is woo-wee. Boy, this is some stuff right here. This is why we can't be he not down here with us now. Because I think this what they see in here, I think this is him in his human form. Because if he would have been in his flesh form, and maybe not, maybe I'm wrong about that. I think if he'd have been in his spiritual form, they all would have been dead. Because I believe that, and it doesn't even say what the plague was. It just says pestilence. So what was the pestilence? Like, it may have been him just showing up. As it said, no man shall see me and live.
Come. Come.
But the only way that this would have been the case is if, well, okay, now I'm sorry, I'm theorizing here. Now this is just a theory. It's just coming in my mind. What if this would have been like right after atonement? And so the ones that didn't do atonement, those 70,000, they didn't take place. They didn't do their part of atonement, and that's why they died. And so the rest of them lived. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
Like,
Yeah, God. I mean, what we know for sure is that 70 souls perished.
right, seventy
From
thousand.
that. Yeah, 70. Yeah, I said 70 souls. 70,000
Right.
souls perished from that famine. Um. So we can't. I can't put a cap on
No.
what the Most High can do because, like, if he wanted to snap his finger and do it, like
Yeah.
he
Yeah.
could do that. Like, you know what I mean?
Absolutely. Absolutely. I'm just thinking because when it says here, because I don't know if I've seen this where if it said this in second in Samuel where
Hmm.
he was let me go now back in Samuel here. Uh let me see the people and Joab's son and Dawid heart was smote. Verse 11, and Dawid was up in the morning, and the word of Yahuwah came with the prophet Gad the seer, and continue. Yeah, it is great straight. Okay. And Yahuwah set pestilence upon Israel in the morning at the time appointed, and there died of the people of Dan even to Beersheba 70,000 men. And the messenger stretched out his hand upon Jerusalem and to destroy it. And Yahuwah repented of the evil, and seeing that the Amalekite destroying the people, it is enough. Stay your hand. And the messenger of Yahuwah was by the threshing floor of. See, this is a different name. See that?
Aruna.
Salaki. Hold on, let me sign in here so I can get that highlight. Okay, yeah, this is a different name than what is in Chronicles. Because in
Well,
Chronicles,
it calls him a Jebusite, but you're right. It's Amnon and then
on it, yeah.
but like look at the let's get that blue letter on that.
Okay, con. Yeah, let's see here. So on there,
Or non.
nine, yeah. Uh, like whether uh perpetuated,
Perpetuated.
perpetuated. Yeah, they're fir trees. Um, so let's get 24 here. Open up another tab. Let's get a second. Sam. 24. And it was at verse 16. All right. 78, 28,
Okay, yep. Yeah, yep, I see it.
78. Is it 78? No, this is 77 1 or
But I saw that name yeah.
Also, is the same? No, it's two different names.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, 771, and this is 728. So, hmm, huh. Anon, I shall shout for joy. Hmm, interesting. Interesting. Well, it could have been written by two different scribes who put it. Maybe it was, put in two different ways by two different scribes. I don't know.
Hmm.
Um, very well possibility. Uh, you know, so I certainly wouldn't discount anything based on that. But it's interesting, to say the least. But I'm just curious about uh, seeing this person. And then the messenger of Yahuwah commanded Gad, saying unto Dawid, you should go up and set up an altar. And he did an altar at the door of Odin, Ornan, the Jebusite. Verse 19. And Dawid went up unto and said unto the Gad, which he spake in the name of Yahuwah. And Odin turned back and saw the messenger. Okay, we just read this, Salaki. Uh, verse 21. And Dawid came to Odin, and Odin looked and saw Dawid, and went out of the threshing floor, and bowed himself to Dawid with his face to the ground. And Dawid said to Odin, grant me the place of this threshing floor, that I may build an altar therein unto Yahuwah. You shall grant grant it me for full price, that the plague may be stayed from the people. So I don't think he knew that the Most High pulled it back. or that it had to been the Most High. I'm guessing now that he pulled it back because he's wanting to do this altar just for that reason. But I think he's already like that's enough, no more. So Dawid is thinking we could lose more. Like
It
that may
come.
not be it. You know what I'm
It
saying?
come.
Yeah. So verse 23, and Ornan said unto Dawid, take it to you, and let my master the king do that which is good in his eyes. Lo, I give you the ox also for burnt offering, and the threshing instruments for wood, and the wheat for the meat offering. I give it all. And the king Dawid said to Onan, nay, but I will slack you. Nay, but I will verily buy it for full price, for I will not take that which is yours for Yahuwah, neither burnt offering without cost. So Dawid gave to Onan for the price 600 shekels of gold by weight. And Dawid built there an altar unto Yahuwah, and offered burnt offerings and peace offerings, and called upon Yahuwah. And he answered him by Shamayim, by fire, upon the altar for burnt offering. And Yahuwah commanded the messenger, and he put up his sword again unto the sheath thereof. So, man, yeah, well, he did the right thing because, uh, yeah, he didn't put his sword away until he accepted the offering, and we know that accepting the offering means what? He sent that fire down and consumed the offering.
Mm-hmm.
So, at that point, he was satisfied and told that messenger, uh, and he put his sword away. So he was so he was hovering because it said he was between the Shamayim and the earth. So he was hovering. He was like basically he was hovering with his sword out over Jerusalem. Like I picture, a man with his sword in his hand. Like I can take more, y'all. You know what I'm saying? And they could see him. It wasn't invisible. He wasn't like his. When Onan seen him, his children. I was like, oh, what is that? Like they hid behind him, like children would
God,
do.
God,
You know what I'm
indeed.
saying? Like, you see a stranger, but you imagine you see this man floating in the air with no strings and no, just with his sword out. Like, it could be me. So,
God, God.
yeah. Verse 28. At that time was, okay, yeah, yeah. At that time, when Dawid saw that Yahuwah had answered him in the threshing floor of Onan the Jebusite, then he sacrificed there for the tabernacle of Yahuwah which Moshe made in the wilderness, and the altar of the burnt offering were at the season of the high place of Gibeon, were at the season in the high place of Gibeon, Salakia. But Dawid could not go before it to the iniquity of, hold on, but Dawid could not go before it to inquire of the Most High, for he was afraid because of the sword of the messenger of the Most High, of Yahuwah. Yeah, as you see a man floating in the sky with a sword in his hand,
Mm-hmm.
uh, yeah, I'd be pretty afraid too. And Dawid don't get afraid. He wasn't afraid of Goliath, but he look up at this message. You see this man floating in between Shamaim, and I remember saying like it is read it in the text. He was between the earth, the heavens, and the earth. That means he was in the sky. He wasn't on the earth. He was between. So he was literally in the sky with his sword in his hand. Like that's got to be the scariest thing you can imagine.
I can't imagine some of the things that our ancestors saw. You know what I
Right,
mean?
Yeah. I mean, it's been illustrated, with through
Mm-hmm.
these movies and animations and things of that nature. So it kind of makes it, you know, if you've seen 2012, some of these, you really wouldn't think that these things would could come to life or so at such a level. But some of these animations and these cinematic movies, whether they've been, hologrammed or whatever, it definitely makes uh, an impression in your mind, and
Mm-hmm.
which is why you got to be mindful of what you're watching. But yeah, them seeing it in real time, during their times, uh, when we were reading in Kings, where the king went to the man of the Most High and tried to touch him, and his hand withered, and then he restored his hand. Imagine that, like,
All right, just seeing that, witnessing
yeah,
that. You know what I
right.
mean?
Imagine that being your hand, like you go to like, hey, what's up, brother? Oh, my hand is
Man,
turned to
you gonna lose your stomach, like everything. Like your heart's gonna drop, like
right,
everything.
exactly. Is this is like some next level stuff? Like, what happened to my hand?
God,
Like, man, what you do to me, man? I was just trying to greet you. What you do to me? Like, hey, man, you can't be sticking your hand out over here. Yahuwah is with me. Like, oh, well, my bad, my bad. I didn't mean nothing by it. Can you can you put my hand back?
right? God,
You know what I'm
God.
saying? Yeah, I'll put your hand back. Let me pray to the Most High. Put your hand back, and then it come right back, and you like, the span of like a minute, your hand go from withered to or normal to withered, and then back to normal. You like, what? Hey man, let me get you a meal or do something good for you. He like, nah, I'm not eating nothing here. I'm not drinking nothing here. Like, all right, let me let you about your weight in because I don't want to make you mad because you within hands on here. And I don't want that to be the case. So wow, yeah, that is some amazing history. Like okay, so let's continue here to the book of First Chronicles, the book of look, I don't
Dibre Hayamim
yeah,
Aleph.
yeah. I don't even have it up on here, and Salakia for that. I got the other books pulled up, but not this one that actually tell us the name of it. So we're at chapter 21. I said this one would go quick, but it went opposite. As we
God, God,
just
right?
just going back into it, and
Man,
I thought we'd be wrapped by now, but we went through one chapter. Chapter 22. That we prepared for the temple building. Verse 1. Then Dawid said, this is the house of Yahuwah, power, and this is the altar of the burnt offering of Israel, for Israel. Now Dawid commanded to gather together the strangers that were in the land of Israel, and set masons to hew wrought stone, Salakia, to hew wrought stones to build the house of the Most High. And Dawid prepared iron in abundance for the nails, for the nails, for the doors of the gates, and for the joiners, and brass in abundance without weight. Also cedar trees in abundance for the Zidonians, uh, and they of Tyre brought much cedar wood to Dawid. And Dawid said, Solomon my son is young and tender, and the house that is to be built for Yahuwah must be exceedingly magnificent. Or what is that? Mana, mana, mana.
Magnifical.
Magnifical. Hmm.
Hmm.
I said magnificent, but I guess I wasn't too far off. I'm guessing that's a synonym of magnificent.
Yeah, exactly. It's like similar root word.
Yeah, kind. Let me just pull that up real quick so we can see. Yeah, it's an adjective describe magnificent. Oh, these are showing adjectives. So yeah, magnificent. So it's basically the same thing. So we can move on here. No sense lingering on that. Okay. Um, and the flames of the esteem of Slakia, of flames and of glory throughout all the countries. And I will therefore now make preparation for it. So Dawid prepared abundantly for his death. So yeah, he know he was about at that time. Solomon charged with the task. Verse 6. Then he called for Solomon his son and charged him with building the house of Yahuwah, power of Israel. And Dawid said unto Solomon, my son, as for me, it was in my mind to build a house unto the name of Yahuwah, my power. But the word of Yahuwah came unto me, saying, you have shed blood abundantly and have made great wars. Though you shall not build a house unto my name, because you have shed much blood upon the earth in my sight. Like, man, that's kind of I don't know. I certainly wouldn't wouldn't try to judge, but he definitely gave him the ability to do what he did. You know what I'm saying? And he put the fear of Israel in the hearts of all the nations by this man Dawid who went out and shed blood
I
in
did the
abundance.
work, you know.
Yeah, yeah. So it's kind of ironic, but it's like a twofold. Like it makes sense though, but because your hands are full of blood, you need to chill and let the one who had shed blood let him do it. So that makes sense. Verse 9. Behold, a son shall be born to you, who shall Slakia, who shall be a man of rest, and I will give him rest from all his enemies round about. For his name shall be Solomon, peace, slow mo. Uh, and I will give peace and quietness unto Israel in his days.
Salakia,
Go ahead.
can we look at to see what that word rest is?
Okay.
I will give him rest.
Con. Uh, where was it? Roundabout.
On
Right
up.
here it is. Here it is. Right here.
Yeah.
4496.
Menuka.
Minuka. Minuka. Resting place, comfort, ease, quiet, still, resting place. So I think was that the same word for like bed?
Well, I don't know. Like when we were reading it, to me, when he was saying rest, it felt like peace.
Yeah,
So I was expecting to see whatever word being synonymous with peace, whatever word we were going to read there. I knew we weren't going to read exactly peace, or we would have seen shalom there, or
right, right.
but
Yeah. Well, when you go back to Bereshit 49, it says, and he saw the rest was good, and the land was pleasant, and they bowed his shoulder to bear, and became servants unto tribute. So I'm trying to remember what that was in 15. Remember 49 was when he was talking to the sons, but I'm guessing I don't remember the context of this particular verse. Um, and when he was at rest, and he saw the rest was good, and the land that it was pleasant, and he bowed his shoulders to bear. and became a servant unto tribute.
Hmm.
Yeah, I don't recall that context in 49. In Genesis Bereshit 49. Interesting. So yeah, I was just trying to get a an idea of what these other situations were. Where it was talking about that same rest. But yeah, I see. I know. I was thinking that it would probably be shalom, but I wonder if it was more like it say rest in place.
Mm-hmm.
I wondered if it was Salakia. Now that I think about it, let me go back to that real quick. Uh, Numbers, Deuteronomy, Judges, Ruth, Handmaid. Okay, now they give rest to the people according. Okay, yeah, it's always looks like it's almost always rest, but it's still here and then rest here. I was wondering if it was when it said rest in place. I wonder if it would have been translated as bed, and I don't see bed on here. So I was wondering if it was saying what Goliath and Goliath's bed was,
Mm-hmm.
you know. So anyway, let's continue. All right, verse 10. And he shall build a house for my name, and shall be my son, and I will be his father, and I will establish the throne of his kingdom over Israel forever. So look, he done kind of switched it right here because it looked like he talking about Solomon. Yeah, should call his name Solomon, and I will give him peace and quiet on the days of his. You know what? I bet that's where they get that Amashiach was Solomon in this life. Like so, this because look how he's talking about him here. He said his name here, and I will give him rest of all his enemies round about. And I will be his father, and I will establish the throne of his kingdom over Israel forever. So
Mm-hmm.
that's talking about Solomon. So in that life, it was Solomon, and then in the regeneration, uh,
And it's the Messiah.
yeah, it
I
was
want to say that yeah, I've heard that in a lesson. You know.
mm, okay. That kind of makes sense from this. I mean, from if you read it in this context, it really makes sense. But interesting, interesting. Okay, I had not heard that, but reading that, it does. It's sensible. It makes a lot of sense. Verse 11. Now, my son, Yahuwah be with you and prosper you to build a house for Yahuwah your power, as he have said of you. Only Yahuwah give you wisdom and understanding and knowledge and understanding 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 and I don't know what happened, but we're back.
Okay, Khan.
I was steady reading. I don't know where I lost you.
Yeah, like I put in the chat when you lost me. Can you see
Okay,
it in there?
let me see here. Uh, I don't even see it.
Okay. Yeah, probably
Yeah,
being that you went out and came back in, it probably won't let you see it. It was probably about 3 minutes ago. It looked like it's doing it again.
that's crazy. Wow, that's crazy. As I'm looking at my modem and my router. They just
Is everything final? Is
yeah. I mean, they acting like nothing's wrong. I don't know what's going on here.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
That's strange. Yeah, it just could be this computer. It could be the internet. Could be the computer. I would venture to say. Uh, but we'll just continue on. Hopefully we'll be all right. We'll continue here. That's strange. Uh, let's go back to it here. You're having a good lesson.
God.
Yeah. So uh, build a house with my name. Yeah, because I remember that I was saying about if this is where they come up with that, and you said you thought you saw that in a lesson. That was the last thing I heard you say. Uh, and I was like, yeah, it makes sense. So
Hmm.
yeah, that's why I need another screen on here. But okay, let's continue. Um, and I will give peace and quiet to Israel in his day. Verse 10, he shall build a house for my name, and I will be his father and establish his throne over Israel forever. Now, my son, uh, Yahuwah be with you and prosper you and build the house of Yahuwah your power as he hath said to you of you. Only Yahuwah gave you wisdom and understanding and give you charge over Israel. Salaki, and give you charge concerning Israel that you may keep the law of Yahuwah your power. Then shall you prosper. If you take heed and be fulfilled, Salakia, if you take heed to fulfill the statutes and judgments which Yahuwah charged Moshe with concerning Israel, be strong and of a good courage. Dread not, nor be dismayed. I was saying, I remember Joshua said this, or was Moshe saying this to Joshua? I think Joshua said this.
Yahshua said it, and Moshe actually said it to Yahshua first.
Okay, kind. I remember. I seem like I remember both, but I couldn't remember which one. But yeah, be strong and of good courage. But he didn't say this dread not nor be dismayed. That was, I think, that was here exclusively. But it was ironic when he mentioned Moshe here, uh, and then be strong and of good courage. 'Cause when I hear that good courage, it takes me right back to that place. So
Hmm.
verse 14. Now behold, in my trouble I have prepared for the house of Yahuwah and 100,000 talents of gold, and 1,000,000, 1,000,000 talents of silver. Wow. I think this is the second time we've seen that. This is only the second time we've seen that thousand thousand. Uh, wow. Okay. And and brass and iron without weight. I lost. Am I losing? Oh,
No, I'm still here.
okay. Con. Okay. Con. All right. Uh, verse 20, verse 14. Now behold, I'm in trouble. I have prepared for the house of Yahuwah 100,000. Oh, I just read that. Salakia. Iron in abundance and timber also, and stones have been prepared that you may be added thereto. Verse 15. Moreover, there are workmen with you in abundance, hewers and workers of stone and timber, and all manner of cunning men for every manner of work, of gold, the silver, Slakia, of the gold, the silver, and the brass, and the iron, there is no number. Arise, therefore, and be doing, and be doing, and be doing, and Yahuwah be with you. Okay, he was putting them to charge. So arise, therefore, and be doing. I'm like, and be doing. Like, that don't even make sense. verse,
Okay.
verse 17, I know that's something else. Verse 17. David also commanded all the princes of Israel to help Solomon his son, saying, is not Yahuwah your power with you, and have he not given you rest on every side? For he hath given the inhabitants of the land unto my hand, and the land is subdued before Yahuwah and before his people. Now set your heart and your soul to seek Yahuwah your power. Arise therefore and build you the sanctuary of Yahuwah power, to bring the ark of the covenant of Yahuwah and his set apart vessel, Salakia, and the set apart vessels of Yahuwah into the house that is to be built in the name of Yahuwah. All right, let's get to verse 23 here. So again, we just this particular book is just reiterating what we'd already read in Samuel, and that's basically what we're looking at here. Verse Salakia, I'm gonna say it right this time. I got it. Dibre Hayamim Aleph, uh, for first book of Chronicles, verse chapter 23, verse 1. It says, so when David was old and full of days, he made Solomon his son king over Israel. All right, still with me, con. Verse 2. And he gathered together all the princes of Israel with the priests of the Levites, the officers of the Levites. Verse 3. Now when the Levites were numbered from the age of 30 years and upward, and they're numbered by their polls, man by man, was 30,008, of which 24,000 were to be set forward. Uh, Slakia. 24,000 were to be set forward the work of the house of Yahuwah, and 6,000 were officers and judges. Moreover, 4,000 were porters, 4,000 were praisers of Yahuwah, 4,000 praised Yahuwah with the instruments which I made, said Dawid, to praise therewith. And Dawid divided them into courses among the son. among the sons of Levi, namely Gershon, uh, Kohath, and Merari. Mirah.
Merari.
Merari. I said it right.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, kind. All right. All right. I'm gonna turn it over to you
You
right
want
here.
me to get it out?
Yeah. Let's do this one because I don't want to prolong it if I can.
Oh no, I got it out.
Told
Indeed.
that revive. Told that.
Verse 7. The Gershonites of the Gershonites were Laadan and Shimei. What we say that I does? I forget.
Double E. Yeah,
Shimei,
Shimmy.
kind. The sons of Laadan, the chief was Yahiel and Zetham and Yoel, three. The sons of Shimei, Shelomith, Haziel, Haran, three. These were the chief of the fathers of Laadan, and the sons of Shimei were Yahath, Zena, Yahush, and Beriah. These four were the sons of Shimei, and Yahath was the chief, and Zazah the second. But Yahush and Beriah had not many sons. Therefore, they were in one reckoning according to their father's house. The Kohathites, verse 12, the sons of Kohath, Amram. Amram is the father of Moshe, Aaron, and Miriam.
Okay, kind.
Yep.
Yeah.
Izhar, Hebron, Uziel, four, and the sons of Amram. Oh, there it is right.
Yeah.
Aharon and Moshe. And Aharon was separated that he should sanctify the most set apart things, he and his sons forever, to burn incense before Yahweh, to minister unto him, and to bless him in his name forever. Now concerning Moshe, the man of the Most High, his sons were named of the tribe of Levi. The sons of Moshe were Gershom and Eleazar, and the sons of Gershom, Shabuel was the chief, and the sons of Eleazar were Rahabiah the chief, and Eleazar had none other sons, but the sons of Rabai were very many. Of the sons of Izhar, Shelomith the chief. Of the sons of Hebron, Jeriah the first, Amariah the second, Jahaziel the third, and Yaki, Yakia Mim the fourth. And the sons of Uziel, Micah the first, and Yesiah the second, Merahites. The sons of Merari, Mahili and Mushi. The sons of Mahili, Eleazar and Kish. And Eleazar died and had no sons, but daughters, and their brethren, the sons of Kish, took them. The sons of Mushi, Mahiliah, and Eder, and Yeremoth, three. Duties revised, verse 24. These were the sons of the Levi after the house of their fathers, even the chief of their fathers, as there were counted by the number of the names by their poles, that did the work for their service of the house of Yahweh, from the age of 20 years and upward. For Dawid said, Yahweh, power of Israel, hath given rest unto his people, that they may dwell in Jerusalem forever. And also unto the Levites, they shall no more carry the tabernacle, nor any vessels of it for the service thereof. For by the last words of Dawid, the Levites were numbered from 20 years old and above, because their office was to wait on the sons of Aharon for their service of the house of Yahweh in the courts and in the chambers and in the purifying of the set of all set apart things and and the work of the service of the house of the Most High, both for the shewbread and for the fine flour for the meat offering, and for the unleavened cakes, and for that which is baked in the pan, and for that which is fried, and for all manner of measure and size, and to stand every morning to thank and praise Yahweh, and likewise at even, and to offer all burnt sacrifices unto Yahweh in the Sabbaths, in the new moons, and on the set feasts, by number, according to the order commanded unto them continually before Yahweh, and that they should keep the charge of the tabernacle of the congregation, and the charge of the set apart place, and the charge of the sons of Aharon their brethren, in the service of the house of Yahweh. So be it.
Hallelujah. Yes, indeed. All right. So these last couple here, I'm just trying to see what we're looking at. Yeah, it looks like we definitely into these names here. So we'll
Okay.
let you have that one out.
Oh, it's all good. It's probably gonna go quick.
Okay, kind.
Yeah, kind. All right. This is the book of Dibre, Yahamim, Aleph. First Chronicles, chapter 24, verse 1. Divisions of the Levites. Now these are the divisions of the sons of Aharon, the sons of Aharon, Nadab, Abihu, Eleazar, and Ithamar. But Nadab and Abihu died before their father and had no children. Therefore, Eleazar and Ithamar executed the priest's office. And Dawid distributed them, both Zadok of the sons of Eleazar and Ahimelech of the sons of Ithamar, according to their offices and their service. And there were more chief men found of the sons of Eleazar than of the sons of Ithamar. And thus were they divided among the sons of Eleazar. There were 16 chief men of the house of their fathers, and 8 among the sons of Ithamar, according to the house of their fathers. Thus they were divided by lot, or one sort with another, for the governors of the sanctuary and governors of the house of the Most High were of the sons of Eleazar and of the sons of Ithamar. And Shemaiah, the son of Nethaneel, the scribe, one of the Levites, wrote them before the king and the princes, and Zadok the priest, and Ahimelech, the son of Iphathar, and before the chief of the fathers of the priests and the Levites, one principal household being taken for Eleazar, and one taken for Ithamar. Now the first lot came forth to Yahirarib, the second Yahadaada, the third Harim, the fourth Serarim, the fifth Machalayah, the sixth Miyamim, the seventh Hakaoz, the eighth Abiyah, the ninth Yeshua, the 10th Shechaniah, the 11th Eli Asib, the 12th Yakim, the 13th Hupah, the 14th Yashibin, the 15th Bilgah, the 16th Immer, Oslakia, the 16th to Immer, the 17th to Hazir, the 18th to Aphiz, the 19th to Pethahiah, the 20th to Yahizekiel, the 1 and 20th to Yakin, the 2 and 20th to Gamul, the 3 and 20th to Delia, the 4 and 20th to Maaziah. These were the orderings of them in their service to the house, Slakia. These were the orderings of them in their service to come into the house of Yahweh, according to their manner, under Aharon their father, as Yahweh power of Israel had commanded him. And the rest of the sons of Levi were these: of the sons of Amram, Shabuel, the sons of Shabuel, Jehadiah, concerning Rabiah, of the sons of Rabiah, First was Ishazah, Isaiah,
Mm-hmm.
and Israel of one of the Israelites, Shelomoth. It's like
No, you good. You good.
Shemaloth of the sons of Shemaloth, Yahath, and the sons of Hebron, Yariah the first, Amariah the second, Jahaziel the third, Yakamim the fourth, of the sons of Uziel, Micah, of the sons of Micah, Shamir. The brother of Micah was Ishiah, of the sons of Isaiah, Zechariah. The sons of Merari were Mahiliah and Mushi. The sons of Yaaziah, Bino. The sons of Merari by Yaaziah, Bino, and Shoham, and Zakur, and Ibri. Of Mahili came Eleazar, who had no sons. Concerning Kish, the sons of Kish were Yeramil, the sons of Mushi, Mahil, and Eder, and Yeremoth. These were the sons of the Levites after the house of their fathers. These likewise cast lots over against their brethren, the sons of Aharon, in the presence of Dawid the king, and Zadok, and Ahimelech, and the chief of the fathers of the priests and Levites, even the principal fathers over against their younger brethren.
Hmm. Okay. I wonder what this means when they say that these likewise cast lots against their brethren, the sons of Aharon, in the presence of Dawid the king.
to see who they would be servicing.
Oh, okay. Con. Okay. Yeah, I wasn't sure about that. I was like, number of service to the musicians. Yeah, more and more names. Con. Okay. All right. Go ahead if you don't mind.
Oh, indeed,
I was
indeed.
gonna, I was gonna try to jump in there, but
God, this is the book of Dibre, Hayamim, Aleph, First Chronicles, chapter 25. Number and service of musicians, verse 1. Moreover, Dawid and the captains of the host separated to the service of the sons of Asaph and of Heman and Yadu Thuum, who should prophesy with harps, with psalteries, and with cymbals. And the number of workmen according to their service was of the sons of Asaph, Zakur, and Yosef, and Nethaniah, and Azariah. Still hear me out?
yeah. You sound a little bit far off though.
Okay, hold on. How about now?
That's a little bit better.
Okay. Okay, how now?
Yeah, that's clear. Clear.
Okay, come.
Con.
All right. Of the sons of Asaph, Zakur, and Yosef, and Nehadah, and Azariah, and the sons of Asaph, under the hands of Asaph, which prophesies according to the order of the king. Of Yeduthun, the sons of Yeduthun, Gedaliah, and Ziri, and Yesiah, and Hashabiah, and Mithithiah, 6 under the hands of their father, Yeduthun, who prophesies with the heart to give thanks and praise to Yahweh. Okay. Verse 4
Mm-hmm.
of Heman, the sons of Heman, Bukiah, Mattaniah, Uziel, Shebuel, and Yermoth, and Hananiah, Hananiah, Eliathah, Gidadal, and Romam Teaser, Yash, Bikasha. Yash Bikash. Man, you remember that back in the day?
Yes, because oh
Yash Bikash. That's what I was thinking, right?
yeah, that what that's some baby clothes?
Yeah,
Uh
it was. Yep, yeah, it was like youth clothes or something. Yash
yeah,
Bikash,
yeah,
or maybe
yeah.
it was Osh Bikash.
Osmocox, that's what it was. Yeah.
Yeah, but that's what that right there
So
reminds me of.
yeah,
Yash Bikash.
probably was
Shah.
a so-called Jewish cat that came with that
You're right.
business
You're
there.
right. Huh? Yep.
Yeah, yeah.
Melathi, Harthi, Mahazarath, Mahaziath.
Yeah.
All these were the sons of Heman, the king seer, in the words of the Most High, to lift up the horn. And the Most High gave to Heman 14 sons and 3 daughters.
Wow.
All these were under the hands of their father for song in the house of Yahweh, with cymbals, psalteries, and harps for the service of the house of the Most High, according to the king's order to Asaph, Jeduthun, and Heman. So the
Oh,
number of them,
Chilakia. My bad, my bad.
are you all right?
I don't know how that. Well, I know how it happened, but I was too close to the edge. Where were we?
Verse 7.
7. Okay. Okay.
So the number of them with their brethren that were instructed in the songs of Yahweh, even all that were was cunning was man tripping. Even all that were cunning was 200 fourscore and eight
All right.
divisions of musicians. Verse 8. And they cast lots, ward against ward, as well the small as the great, the teacher as the scholar. Now the first lot came forth for Asaph to Yosef, the second to Gedaliah, who with his brethren and the sons were 12. The third to Sakor, he, his sons, and his brethren were 12. The fourth to Isri, he, his sons, and his brethren were 12. The fifth to Nathaniah, he and his sons and his brethren were 12. The sixth to Bechiah, he and his sons and his brethren were 12. The seventh to Yeshariah, he and his sons and his brethren were 12. The eighth to Yeshaiah, he and his sons and his brethren were 12. The ninth to Mattaniah, he and his sons and his brethren were 12. The tenth to Shimi, he and his sons and his brethren were 12. The 11th to Azriel, he and his sons and his brethren were 12. The 12th to Hashbiah, he and his sons and his brethren were 12. The 13th to Shabiel, he and his sons and his brethren were 12. The 14th to Mattathiah, he and his sons and his brethren were 12. The 15th to Yeremoth, he and his sons and his brethren were 12. The
Wow.
16th to Hananiah, he and his sons and his brethren were 12. The 16th to Yashgasha, he and his sons and his brethren were 12. The 18th to Hananiah, he and his sons and his brethren were 12. The 19th to Molathi, he and his sons and his brethren were 12. The 12th to Elathai, he and his sons and his brethren were 12. The 1 and 20th to Hathir, he and his sons and his brethren were 12. The 2 and 20th to Gidalti, he and his sons and his brethren were 12. The 3 and 20th to Mahazioth, he and his sons and his brethren were 12. The 4th and 20th to Ramonti Ezer, he and his sons and his brethren were 12. Hallelujah.
My praises. I wonder how in the world they were able to do that to get everybody to 12 by with the sons and the brothers. That is a great feat.
Indeed, that's a nice big family.
All right. He and his sons and his brothers. His sons and his brothers were 12. So him, his sons, and his brothers, all of them were 12. That is
all these
right.
bands of musicians and
Right.
singers, and it's a
They
concert.
all
It's a super concert, right?
super. Like it's gonna be it's gonna go down when Kingdom come.
Man,
It's gonna be beautiful. It's gonna be beautiful. All praises to the Most High. Uh, wow. So what we covered in this particular group of readings here, rereading the uh, King Dawid, and causing the pestilence to come against our people. That's always interesting to revisit, just to think about that situation and what exactly transpired there, and Dawid preparing to build a temple and realizing that, hey, it's gonna have to go to my son because uh, I'm old. One thing, and second thing, um, I done too much work. I done shed
mm-hmm.
too much blood with these hands. So
God,
there's got to be some clean hands to come and build the house of the Most High. Um, so giving the task to Solomon, and Solomon being willing to carry it out. And we kind of I saw really for the first time in the text how they came to the conclusion that Solomon was the Messiah, or Yehoshua, or Yahushua, uh,
mm-hmm.
which makes sense. And then we got into his reign, and then into the Levites, as he had designated all of these particulars to the sons of the Levites, who would take up an absorbent amount of information because of their office being such a high stature, and the details having to be listed greatly. And so that is always interesting. And uh, I think we got more of that we'll end up getting into next week, because this week, tomorrow, we're gonna go and fellowship with some other brothers. So we may very well put up a lesson, but it won't be us. It'll be the brothers that we listening to and watching. So uh, for anybody who's paying attention to this channel here, but like I said, we'll have some other brothers that we'll fellowship with tomorrow, and we'll be with them. So you won't see us normal broadcast. You will see something, because we will put up the brothers that will be bringing forth information that will, lessons that we'll be watching tomorrow. So,
God,
uh,
God.
yeah. So go ahead with final thoughts if you don't mind. All right.
Just reading more history of our ancestors, and um last week, we had some highs and lows. I can't say that we have the same feeling this week with the reading.
Yeah.
It wasn't so much of anything that alarmed us, or
Right.
uh, any of that going on. So really enjoyed another night of reading, man. All
All
praises to the
praises.
Most High.
Hallelujah. Yes, indeed. And we only had right at an hour and a half, so not bad. All things considered, we've had some 1 hour nights, we've had some 2 hour nights, and right in the middle there. But like I said, it gets interesting when we get into what happened with Dawid and his situation, when he numbered, the children of Israel, and how
Hmm.
that all went. But as you can always look into that, and several questions are there, and us finding the answer is you know neither here nor there. But it's always interesting to look at it and kind of analyze it. So um, with that, anything else I want to add to it? We can go ahead and close it on out.
No, that's about it, my brother.
All praises to the Most High. Khan. So we will close out with this. Another good night of reading, another bunch of good information. We'll finish out this book, like I said, a week from tonight. Next Yom Shishi. Salakia. Y'all know it's this time of year where you got all this stuff going on. Weather changes, and we was warm earlier. Now it's got cooler, and your body just reacts, especially when you're in this Ohio Valley. It's rough. So, but with that, we go to the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 12 and verse 13. Let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter. Fear the Most High and keep His commandments, for this is the whole duty of man. So we are to fear the Most High and keep His commandments.
That's
Why?
right.
Because this is the whole duty of man. All right, y'all know I love to say it 3 times. Anybody who's listening and has been listening since we put this up, we want to hear the conclusion of the whole matter. Fear the Most High and keep His commandments, for this is the entire duty. This is the reason that we exist, to keep the way of the Most High. So, with that, I am your Akazaki Yahoo, joined by my most esteemed Akinanaya, who give all praise, honor, and great esteem unto the Most High Power, Yahuwah Bahashem Yahushua HaMashiach, and to the 12 tribes of Israel who are scattered to the 4 quarters of the earth, who say Shalom Wabarukim, that is peace and blessings. And I cannot wait to the day that the Most High brings us back together and we are once again 12 tribes, one family, one nation, under the Most High power, under one covenant. Until that day, Shalom, family.
Shalom, shalom, family.
All praises to the Most High.